All right, before this video starts, I just want to sincerely apologize. I just want to apologize that this video might help people do things that are against the law. I mean, like, we finally get a counter to Dragon Blood, and here I go making a video talking about countering it. I mean, sorry. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and I just wanted to share a couple of things. Now it's gonna say 3 ways to counter FC Annie. I get it. It's not really gonna be ways like just find definition in the like. I just want to preface the video with that is because I know pretty much depending on the title of my video, some people might take it a little bit too seriously. This is just 3 ideas that I think will definitely help you if you're going to struggle with it, especially because it's coming up. I think that's the thing that what happened with Dragon Blood is that it felt like it kind of came out of nowhere and then people just didn't know how to get around it. So if I wanted to make a video that if it gets out of control, that at least there's some type of backing, some type of home that you can come back to. So this is going to be 3 ways that I think that you can get around FC Annie. She's back, boys. She's the answer to everything. You know what I don't understand? She's the answer to everything. I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm not necessarily talking about her, but I'm talking about the ability that she packs. I've mentioned this before, is that Protect is really good. It grants share health to ally with the lowest maximum health and heals their health by 30% on the caster's current health at the beginning of the round. You also gain mana, blah, 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 blah. So what this means is that when that unit takes damage, you will be taking, I feel like it's, let's go into the lovely thing it will tell me instead of me guessing and misinforming you. I always forget how much it is. And boom, it is right here in special type. 30% of the damage dealt to the target is dealt to self instead. So what this is going to prevent is that yes, the nuke, sometimes the nuke is very strong, as we know that the very fast characters are going to be out there and they're going to try to nuke a very low health target. So my first suggestion to you is that you can make sure that the low health target that you have, make sure that they are the lowest health, you know, do some simple math and ordering, and then have someone with Protect. Now, just to be clear, I don't think that it matters as far as even with Protect 3, it doesn't change how much mana you get. It doesn't really change how much damage you're blocking. So as long as the character has Protect, you can essentially protect your nuker and make sure that they will be not killed instantaneously. Because when it happens, when the meta gets out of control, there's a very high likability that not only will you have FC Annie, but so will they. So then it's going to come down to a fast war, and then can their fast Baraka kill your unit or whatever unit that is targeting. What's really good about Protect is that it's on tons of tanks. So it's not specified on Garth, it's not specified on Bracel. There's a bunch of tanks that actually have this that you can possibly just put into your team comp if you happen to see FC Annie, especially right now where it's not tagged. And that first, oh, I guess I don't have it yet, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The daily, when you can pick it, it consumes 5 tickets and you're able to choose the fight. So if you see FC Annie in there, you can pick that. But also in tag, you guys also know that when it's tagged, you can sit here and organize one team that can counter out the Annie team. It's locked right now, but you can utilize that function as well. Have a team that counters FC Annie the same way that you guys have teams that counter Dragon Blood. Next thing that I wanted to talk about is the formation. Not necessarily like this formation, but more or less of like your actual lineup of characters. A lot of things that you could do to prevent that one fast assassin from killing you. One easy way would be like to run a bunch of frontline characters. Something similar to this. As you know, the OP Gale in the background. And what I'm also really importantly trying to show you guys is not too much of the character in the front. It's more or less of having a really chunky front line, and more specifically importantly is to have a reviver. Even if they were to kill the character in the back, like I said, with the share health, you can have a character gaining mana off them trying to snipe the character, and also have a really good character like Karen, who's really good because if they can't kill this character, then you're going to get mana off of it. I actually don't think Bathory and Tranquil is that good against it, because whatever target that they're going to kill, if they bring it down to 1, Baraka and Jin have final hit, so they will also attack on that character. Or if you want to be really cheeky, imagine my Sharpie is Bathory. Some Bathory comps are not that bad, but I feel like you need to have a double probably first aid. If you're trying to do that, you'd have it that the Tranquil triggers, first aid trigger, and same thing with you can also have a provoke. The provoke will drag them away too. There's a lot of ways to counteract that. I have to double check on the provoke. I'm not exactly 100% sure if the provoke works on the final hit. I don't think it does, but that could be an additional thing. But like I said, the share health would work in my opinion better, because that will be 2 attacks that the tank will gain mana on, which means a little bit better than the provoke. The provoke is for like every other single attack that's going to go on in that turn, but a lot of things. But basically what I'm trying to say is that the tank and a reviver is really good. So even if they kill that unit, like not everyone in the world has battery, they kill that unit, you have a way of just bringing the unit back. You also have a tank that just gain a crap ton of mana off of it, and you're now in a more advantageous position, just like how they just gave a unit 3 mana, crit, all this other nonsense. Now your tanks and other things have some strength with you as well, because a lot of the times they're utilizing 2 units. They have to use Annie, who's not particularly strong by herself, and they have a really squishy unit that you could probably counter kill as well. They could also be running battery, but I'm just giving you guys a little bit more options. So first, like I said, we're going with the protect. I think your protect is really good to make sure that that's on your team. Secondly, I want to say like a revivers are having a more bruiser-esque comp, not running so YOLO like a lot of people are. They're running like very offensive. They're pretty much running 3 in the back, 2 in the front. So I'm thinking about the opposite, running a more tanky squad and bring a reviver, which most people aren't bringing right now in the meta. But if you ever deal with characters that are sniping, especially single target sniping, you bring a reviver. You bring the character right back, and then they wasted their turn. And then you kill the Annie, and then they don't have that burning soul thing at all. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And last but not least, I want to give you guys the dirty. We've been talking about being tanky and being defensive. I gotta give you guys a more offensive option, right? Gotta give you something more offensive. That's right, 2 personalities that you've come to know and love is Janae or Janae. I actually don't know how to say her name because no one uses her. But what's really important about Janae is that she has the beautifulness that is the charm. Now, afflicts enemies with lower attack than self with the charm mark and increases their attack speed by 30. So as long as her attack is high enough, and I'm gonna bounce around and we're gonna see, you know, how hard or easy that might be. So let's see if we look at Baraka. So she's at 1085. He's at 1226. He's at 1228. And Rudley is a little bit easier for her to get over. So it's gonna be hard to get your attack higher than theirs because, you know, the gear. But if you also look at someone else like Rachel here, who has 1157, which is about 70 off. If you look at it, it's about 70 off of this one, and people seem to get this one off a lot, the Dishearten, which is a very similar condition, but it does a different effect when it happens, decreases their dodge and lowers their defense. So I would say it's reasonable that a player could get her attack high enough that it will actually affect those characters. It's gonna be pretty difficult, but I thought I'd just mention it as an option. These are just options. I just think that just get the ball rolling a little bit, because if you guys know how Burning Soul works, you only have 2 turns. So after those 2 turns, the damage immunity goes away, the critical hit goes away, the mana stays, so when they get the turn, they'll still be able to pop off. But that's the really big part of it. If they don't get that extra critical hit, and then they might not crit, and then you're just kind of screwed there. Like all you did was pretty much do a big skill, and based on the other things that I mentioned, if you're combining all these things together, that might not get a kill. And then you, like I said, you just kill Annie before the next round, focus her down, and then boom. Can the enemy Annie team be doing that? Yes, but the problem is that then they're losing so many slots. You know, they already have to use 2 slots, the Nuker and Annie. Then they're gonna have Protect as well, so there goes the Protect character in there. And then there's then Battery, right? And then you'd have 1 extra slot there. Like, I feel like they can't really work on that. And that's where the game's supposed to kind of be going. To where you have some comps that kind of counter other things, but then another comp is gonna counter that. And then whatever's most popular, then of course there's gonna be comps that counter mine, which is AoE counters the comps that I'm talking about. Protect and share health isn't gonna protect you from an AoE comp. Also, you're kind of lacking some damage, and you're hoping that the other team is more squishy, so you can kind of snipe them out with your tankier characters, your bruiser characters. So it's not like foolproof. What I'm saying is not foolproof, just like as we found that Dragon Blood is not foolproof. You can snipe the characters. Now, they made it even easier to snipe the characters. So it's just kind of like the back and forth, and it's very healthy for the PvP, because you don't want to play a game and then it be the same for 2-3 months straight. You don't want that. You want it to have the spice. You want to go on and then all of a sudden, oh crap, who's that character in XYZ? Hope you guys understand. Now, if there's any way that you think that, no, that's not the right way, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Or if you have any additional tips, leave those in the comment section as well, because those are going to help us all. Maybe I'm missing a certain character. I didn't want to dive too much into character-based stuff. I just left her to the end because I think it's like a lot of people definitely aren't looking for her to do anything, but her lowering the attack speed of those said characters can help you out. Even if she doesn't lower the attack speed of the nuker that's going to be out there, you can also run a couple nukers yourself. I guess I should have just labeled this third spot as attack speed, because you can just outspeed their 2-1s. You can run a bunch of attack speed people and then do that, but I feel like that's just not as cool, so I didn't mention it. Yeah, but yes, you can do that too. That is all encompassing pretty much with Janai, is to pretty much say that you can outspeed those characters. Boom, there he goes on a nice bow. Hopefully you guys find this information useful. Hope you guys are looking forward to the next video. As you guys saw, it looks like I got some PvP to do. But just remember that every day at the casino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Yeah, I know, this is probably triggering somebody. Fine, I'll click it.